All right. So I know this is a little different because we're not actually doing like a full-on cold open, but I've been practicing hypnotism, and I kind of want to try it like on the air and see how it goes.
Okay.
All right. So Cody, I'm gonna have you look at me and watch my eyes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna count down from 5 to 1. Okay. And every time I count down, I want you to just relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Okay. And then slowly, as I get from down to 1, I'm gonna have you close your eyes. Okay. All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, listening to my voice, I'm going to snap my fingers, and you're going to forget that you were ever gay. Did it work?
What?
He didn't.
What?
He hasn't seen that video.
What's going on? What?
Do you remember being gay?
No?
Ah, it worked.
It was.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was hoping that was. I was like, man, I hope that's what he's going to do.
You're right.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do something different.
No, I saw that this morning, and I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can.
Wait. I wasn't gay. It worked.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've got a different one. Adam, never mind. I can't do it to you because you'll answer wrong.
Oh,
I was gonna say, Adam, 100 dicks lined up in a row. How many do you gag on?
4.
See, you
Yeah.
answered
See,
wrong.
none of them.
Yeah, that's a boy.
That's a boy. Yeah.
That's my boy.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Orig, a show by Damage Control Podcast.
You had it in front of you, and we've only been doing this for what, 6 years, 7 years?
I was thinking of the 100 dicks.
Of course, you were thinking of 100 dicks.
A professionally unprofessional look at the conventions, ideas, and genres of filmmaking. I'm here with
Daniel Newkirk.
Oh,
I'm so confused now. I can't do
Cody
it.
Dietrich.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Don't call on me.
Tyler Tipton.
okay. This episode's
Wait,
topic.
am I gay still?
No.
Oh.
I don't spit on this and tell me.
This episode's topic. This episode's topic is copycat movies. So, according to Internet Movie Database, copycat movie is a criminal psychologist who turned agoraphobic after a murder attempt agrees after a murder attempts. What?
This would have been so much better if you had not fucked it up the entire time.
Anyway, there's a movie called Copycat starring Sigourney Weaver, but that's not what we're talking about.
Can I have a piece of candy?
Ooh, piece of candy.
Wait, how did I write that? A criminal psychologist who turned agoraphobic after a murder attempt. Agrees to help with 2 San Francisco detectives hunt for a copycat serial killer who intends on making her his next victim, starring Sigourney Weaver, Holly Hunter, and Harry Connick Jr. So let's talk an hour about that movie.
Okay.
All right.
Have you guys
Easy.
seen it?
It'd be no worse than the Halloween movies.
Is there a cat in the copycat?
There is, actually.
What kind of cat?
The orange one.
Describe the pussy to me.
It's shaved.
Do left Twix and right Twix taste differently?
Yes.
Oh.
One tastes like a blue state, one tastes like a red state. Okay.
Oh.
So according to
Wow, he went political with that one.
So-
I did not see that coming.
right?
according to Wikipedia.com, copycat films are actually called twin films.
I know, I said that last time.
Films with the same or similar plots produced and released at the same time. Now, there's two reasons that they give that these usually happens. Production companies invest in similar scripts at the same time, or they think industrial espionage. Okay, so before we
For example, this would be like Olympus Has Fallen and White House Down.
Yes.
Which came out like weeks from each other in basically the same movie.
correct. So before we discuss our favorite twin/copycat films, a word from our sponsor.
Men, Frank Crummett is here with me to say a word about Roy Tan cigars. Frank Crummett. I'm really a fan for Roy Tan, and the reason is Roy Tan has more long filler Havana tobacco, and yet it's a 5-cent cigar. Man to man, smoke Roy Tan.
I mean, man to man for 5 cents. I've got some things you can smoke.
So
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, smoking gives you cancer, and probably this podcast too. So.
Okay, so before we start discussion after our sponsor, we're gonna play a game. I'm gonna read a synopsis from very famous twin films. I want you to tell me which film I'm actually talking about.
All right.
Wait,
Okay.
Which
we have to name like both of them or one of them?
One of them. If you
Okay.
name both of
Because
them,
they
fine.
each have their own synopsis, but
Right.
it could be.
But
basically-
Adam may have tweaked it to make the game a little harder.
So you're saying that Adam wants to play a game?
Yes.
So Adam took something fun and then made it shitty.
Yes. So these two
Why don't
famous.
we just do a quiz podcast? You love it so much.
These we do.
We
It's called
do.
Dead.
It's called Dead Air, and you can find new episodes every Monday or every few Mondays up on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts.
So
And I bet Daniel wins the. I bet Daniel wins the latest one.
You'll have to listen to find out.
no, it's you guys got to go up first
I bet I win.
because he wanted Daniel wanted Geoparty to hang in there for a little bit.
Yeah. So right now, Geoparty's up. But well, I mean, by the time this episode comes out,
Well,
who
fair
knows,
enough.
you
Fair
know?
enough. Okay, these two twin films came out in 1985. 1985.
Before I was born.
Fortune Hunter teams up with a resourceful woman in the
I think it was
early
before
ni-
all of us were born. At least all the important people of the podcast.
You
Yeah.
son of a bitch. Fortune Hunter teams up with a resourceful woman in the early 1900s, gets lost in the wilds, and is pursued by hostile tribes and a rival German explorer.
Indiana Jones.
That is incorrect. It's twin film, King Solomon Mines.
Oh,
But which one?
I thought we needed to name one of the two films.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. So, which one was actually better? King Solomon's Mine or Temple of Doom?
I think
Temple of Doom.
because we remember it.
Yeah. You know who the hero was from King Solomon's Mine?
Is it King Solomon?
No, Alan Quartermain.
Oh,
Who was played by,
Sean Connery.
and his famous character was, I'm trying really hard to get it back to
James-
Indiana
James
Jones,
Bond?
but I'm getting farther and farther away. Okay, this
wait,
famous,
wait! I want to know where you were going with this.
Okay,
so we went
Sean
from
Connery played
Alan
Alan
Quartermain to Sean
and the
Connery
Extraordinary Gentleman.
to James
Yeah, I
Bond.
get that, but so he was making a joke about the King Solomon one.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get me to say Indy's dad.
the
And,
main.
Iron
Oh my
one.
God, that would have been awesome. Why did?
Is that not the direction you were going?
No, I didn't know where I was going. Okay, no, the fortune hunter from King Solomon's Mine was Alan Quartermain.
Yes, but Alan Quartermain was the name of the character Sean Connery played in Cleveland Extraordinary Gentleman. So it wasn't Sean Connery that played that guy in that movie.
In League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes. Who played in the King Solomon movie?
I don't know, some other dude.
Some other dude.
Okay, this movie, these two twin films came out in 1996.
Okay.
Ants.
I believe we were all born in 1996. Cody, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. An accountant sent to produce an evaluation of a tornado research project. and the
Twisters.
Incorrect. It's the twin film Tornado.
And Twisters is the sequel.
I was
Twister.
I was thinking of Titty Twister.
So
Yeah.
this one's obvious. Which one's better, Tornado or Twister?
Neither.
Twister.
You know who was in Tornado? Bruce Campbell.
Ah.
Starred in not Resident Evil. Evil Dead. This one came out in 1998.
Ants.
Spider-Man 2.
Bugs Life.
Spider-Man.
A
Spider-Man
comet
3.
is discovered to be on a collision course. with
Oh,
Earth.
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. You got the right one this time.
Oh, yeah.
So
Daniel's the-
Armageddon.
And its twin film was.
Armageddon.
Which one's better?
Armageddon.
Really?
Actually, I actually legit liked Deep Impact better.
Is that
Yeah, I
the,
bet you do.
is that
Yeah.
the first time Morgan Freeman was president?
Oh.
Oh,
All I remember is that, like,
He can only be president twice.
I just remember it because the meteor wins in Deep Impact. And I'm like, yeah, it would.
No, not that was before Neil deGrasse Tyson. had
We'd
power.
send a bunch of oil
No.
drillers up there.
Like, one thing I will say about Armageddon, I think I heard somewhere that they show the movie Armageddon and they have people count how many scientific inaccuracies there are in the movie as a sort of a test and just a test
For who?
for NASA scientists.
Oh.
Well, there's the
If-
simple fact that even Ben Affleck's like, wouldn't it be a whole lot easier just to train astronauts
Yeah,
to be
it's-
oil drillers?
For whatever reason, if you buy the DVD just to listen to the audio commentary, and for whatever reason, Affleck's, I don't know if he's drunk or what, but he starts shitting on the film right in the middle of the comic, like literally, not poking fun of it, literally shitting on it. And Michael Bay's like, "Hey man, let's stop." And I mean, those two kind of, they don't really get into an argument, but you kind of tell like they're not happy with each other. And Affleck is just shitting on the film.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't listen to commentary tracks, because the same thing happens in Scramble City on my DVD for Transformers.
Ben Affleck shits on the...
Yeah. Oh. There's two, like, Transformer analysis, and, like, one guy's, like, really kind of getting in it, and the other guy's like, yeah, it's a fucking cartoon. And it's made to sell toys. And he's like, well, yeah, but he's like, no, shut up. And I'm like, oh, I'm done listening to commentary now.
Like, the commentary from the actual movie?
Yeah, on the actual show, yeah.
Like, why would you have a guy...
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay,
that's why I don't listen to commentaries anymore.
This one came out 1998. This is more for Tyler.
Bug's Life.
2 college students kill their roommate and make it look like a suicide.
Dead Man on Campus.
In compensation...
Dead Man on Campus. Or its twin film, which is... I don't know.
The Curve.
Oh.
So which one was better? The Curve?
Dead Man on Campus?
Have you guys seen either one of them?
No. Wasn't Michael... the dude that played Zach from Saved by the Bell was
Michael Cera?
Michael Paul Gosselaar.
There we go.
Yes, he was in Dead Man on Campus.
And then I forgot the so crazy guy that they try to kill. He plays a lot of weird.
He was in Freddy vs. Jason. He was the cop in Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
If you guys see that. All right. So that was the end of the game. So we can list of what are some of your favorite examples of twin films?
Ants.
Which one do you think is better?
Yeah, that one. I remember that one from a kid. Ants and Bug Life. Like, I always wanted to watch Bug's Life, and I got Ants. Like, it's like you got Bug Life at home.
Ants was like really dark.
You guys are lucky to have ants. I had crabs.
What is that? The Woody Allen one? Ants?
That was the Woody Allen one. So with that one, that was before. So Disney got into like a huge fight with one of their people, and then he left to go with Spielberg, and they formed DreamWorks, and then they made Ants. And Ants is like a whole lot darker than like Sylvester Stallone plays like one of the giant ants, and like they go to war. Then there's one scene where like they're like all of these like ant bodies are just like horribly mutilated everywhere, and then you find out that like the general ant has like suicided all of these characters so that he can take control over everything.
Which one has the grasshopper?
That's Bug's Life.
Bug's Life, okay.
Yeah, so the whole plot was he wanted it to be just a military colony. So he'd get sent out everybody that had what he wasn't completely loyal to him to get killed, so he'd have just loyal soldiers in the hive.
Man, that fucking ghost, man.
I know, right? Like,
so it's just accentuating my point. Like, I'm saying this, and it just sounds boring. It's not boring. It's a wind.
So what's our overall verdict? Which one won that battle?
Which one?
Bug's Life.
Bug's Life.
All day long.
You see, I like Dance better.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I like it.
I mean, I haven't seen either of them in a very long time, but I remember liking Ants better.
And this is also part of the concession. Like, is it better because maybe you saw it first before the other one? Like that, because that was my opinion. Like, I like Ants better because I saw it before Bug's Life.
Well, see, I mean, for me, I've always kind of preferred like the more serious, darker stuff. I didn't particularly care for getting talked down as a kid. So like even when I was younger, I didn't like a lot of the kiddie kind of stuff.
See, I can't think of and maybe it's because I've only seen Ants a handful of times, but like I can't think of like the stand up like turning point, but like in my head I can visually see the turning point in Bug's Life where, you know, he's getting his ass kicked and then he stands up and he's like, you know, we shouldn't be afraid. There's more of us than there are of you. And then, you know, the music swells and then, you know, the tide shifts. But like, I'm rewatching Ants in my head. And I'm like, I can't even remember the resolution to the movie.
The Sylvester Stallone ant goes towards the black jungle ant, and right when they're about to punch each other, it freeze frames.
I mean, unless that's Woody Allen, like, you call this dirt? This is some horrible dirt.
The Sylvester Stallone has this unrealistic thing where he holds up the entire hive by himself on his shoulders to keep him from drowning.
Oh, yeah, because isn't he going to flood everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Daniel's dying or something.
And it's got Lex Luthor as the main evil ant general.
Which
Gene
one?
Hackman?
Yes.
Oh. I just can't. Like I said, to each their own, but I choose Bug's Life.
Yeah, what's another? Okay, so what's another example of? I've got to list them here, but I got to list. But I was going to see what you guys thought first.
White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh wait, yep, that's on here.
What about movies that had? Like this might be a different phenomenon, but I had a remembering.
Yeah, Phenomenon's not a twin film.
It is actually Powder.
No, it's not.
That's listed.
But
Powder and Phenomenon.
But Phenomenon, he just gets really smart, doesn't he?
Sure.
No, he developed. Remember, he's able to spin that
he develops
pen,
psychic powers.
and he lifts the cover of the book by going like that. And he freaks out and he slams it down.
What powers does Powder get? Isn't he just like
He brings that deer back to life. I mean, he
Oh,
sucks
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
juice out of a different guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then he turns into pure electricity.
Say that again, but slower, sexier.
What about the phenomenon where a character has played a very similar role as he has later on in another movie?
Like Ryan Reynolds and everything.
No, it's more like
True.
Man in the Iron Mask. One of the main characters, one of the Three Musketeers in that movie, plays an evil guy in another Three Musketeers movie 20 years down the line.
I'll tell you something where I saw something similar to that. I recently, for Halloween, rewatched all of the Insidious movies. And there's an old lady psychic in there, and I don't know the actress's name. She's fantastic.
Lynn Shay.
Okay. And then for Halloween, I'm flipping through looking for movies, and there's a movie that like she's on the cover, and she's like an old lady psychic trying to help someone with their ghost problem.
What movie was it?
I knew you were going to ask me, and I even set it aside, going, I should watch this to see if it's a prequel to Insidious. And I don't remember the name of it. I'm going to have to find it. I'll be right back.
And speaking of Insidious, there's also the dad from the first 2 and 4, 1, 2,
Patrick Wilson
and 5. Yeah, Patrick Wilson plays
the
the Warrens
Yeah.
in The Conjuring.
Oh, you're right. That's
what I thought
Sir
you were going
Warren.
with.
2 movies that came out in the same year, Stigmata and End of Days. Gabriel Bryan plays the devil in End of Days, and in Stigmata, he's fighting the devil. Came out in the same year. That was kind of funny. The Gene Hackman, excellent movie. If you don't mind slow 70s movies, there's a movie called The Conversation where he plays like a surveillance type guy, and then years later, Will Smith, Enemy of the State, he plays the same character. Well, I guess literally the same character. I guess it's not the same thing because it's literally the same character.
Yeah, I saw that Enemy of the State.
Yeah.
That really made me scared of the NSA.
Was House on a Haunted Hill and The Haunting, were those twin films?
No,
Ooh, that's a good point, because I think they came out very similarly, weren't they?
the remakes came out similar. They came.
Dreamcatcher. That was the movie I was thinking of.
Oh, okay, with a K.
With a K.
Right. So the originals came out in the 50s. They were William Castle movies. They came out at different times. But so I mean, I guess the remakes could be twin films because they're about
That's what I was talking
they're about a
the
group
remakes.
of people that go into a house that's supposedly haunted. But
House on a Haunted Hill is way better.
see, the remakes would have been twins because it turns out in the remake the house actually is haunted, whereas in the original the house wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I remember liking House on Haunted Hill more, because that was the one with the insane asylum, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Vannacut Institute.
Yeah, I remember liking that one way more, but I've seen The Haunting way, like, tons more than I've seen House on Haunted Hill.
See,
Because of Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Partially, and then, like, Owen Wilson's in it.
Yeah, he gets
And-
beheaded.
Yeah.
He loses his head.
And
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I think it's just because my folks like that one better.
He was Insomniac.
Wow.
I don't remember why. Like, I remember we were on some family vacation, and you had control of the TV, and so we watched the Vincent Price House on Haunted Hill, and then I remember watching the remake. But like I said, I think I'd rather watch House on Haunted Hill than what's the name of the other one?
Haunting.
The Haunting.
It's got Liam Neeson.
But
Oh, you said that.
not
didn't
the sequel. The sequel sucked.
There's a sequel to
The House on Haunted Hill.
Oh yeah, the House on Haunted Hill. I thought you meant The Haunting.
No, The House on Haunted Hill. That sequel sucked. It should have been done with.
Okay, here's any more twin films before
Not
I go
that
to.
can think off
I said
top of my head.
the White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen.
Okay, all right. Which one wins on that one?
The one with Gerard Butler, which I think is Olympus Has Fallen.
Because there
Yeah.
was Olympus Has Fallen.
And White House Down was sort of the comedy version of it.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
that had what, Jamie Foxx in it?
Yes.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum.
Yes.
The Tates.
The Tates.
There was there was Olympus Has Fallen, Paris Has Fallen,
London Has Fallen.
London Has Fallen, but there was one before
Angel
that.
Has Fallen.
Is that about the airplane?
No, I think it goes Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen. I think the last one is Angel Has Fallen.
What's Angel code for?
That's the president. Or again,
And Olympus is code for the White House.
yeah. And then they
London-
go to Europe for some like peace summit or something, and shenanigans ensue. And then I don't remember what happened. I've only ever seen the first one, but I know that I don't remember what happens in the third one.
So which one wins out of those two? Would you guys say?
I like the one with Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler. Okay.
Olympus for me.
Olympus.
Mm-hmm.
No, do I have those mixed up?
Olympus Has Fallen is Gerard Butler.
Yeah, you got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because usually, is he not in the sequels? Because I didn't think he
he
got
is.
a sequel.
He is. Aaron Eckhart isn't in the sequel. They make Morgan Freeman the president.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah.
I think so.
But Angel Has Fallen is Gerard Butler's character is framed for
That's right. With
either
the
an assassination or assassination attempt.
The drones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Before I go to the list, no. Yeah.
Go for it.
Go to the list. I need more inspiration.
Here's one. I'll be since Dan's already called me hipster 5 times. Here's another hipster one.
Yeah.
But
Six.
Dreamscape and Nightmare on Elm Street. Have you guys seen?
I've never seen Dreamscape.
I mean, I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street.
So Dreamscape is about a government organization that it's almost kind of like
It always happens when we get to a deep explaining mode.
Yeah, no. It's kind of like Inception before Inception. The government makes these programs where you can enter people's dreams to do assassinations. But here's where the twin film comes up. They came in the exact same year. The guy that enters the dreams has razor finger weapons.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so, but Nightmare on Elm Street wins by a landslide. But Dreamscape, if you get a chance to check it out, it's streaming a lot of places. If you don't mind like 80s cheese, like the music is kind of cheesy, the effects don't really hold up, but it's a pretty good film. It's got Dennis Quaid in it.
Huh.
No, anyway, all right, going to the list
On
here.
TV's Dennis Quaid.
What TV?
On TV's Davis Quaid.
No,
Davis?
Davis Quaid?
Pop-up videos. Dennis Quaid.
Pop up.
Okay.
No, Davis Quaid.
Pop-up videos.
Semi and for bonus round.
Okay. What about A Quiet Place or The Silence? Both about parents with a deaf teenage daughter trying to survive a planet-wide attack from creatures who hunt their human prey by sound.
Never seen The Silence, and I've seen clips from A Quiet Place.
I think
the first
Quiet Place is the winner.
I was like, Quiet Place was decent. I don't think it really stands out to me. That would not be the twin I would put with Quiet Place.
What would you put?
To me, it would be Bird Box.
No, that's sight. That's different than sound.
Well, no shit. But it's still like monsters that hunt with a very particular set of sense that you have to like handicap yourself in order to.
But did they
avoid.
come out the same year?
I have no idea if they came out the same year, but I remember them coming out very similar to each other.
They
and
may have.
I think they were. If they were not in the same year, they were very close to each other.
I do have a Quiet Place thing that I saw recently that legit made me fucking laugh.
Okay.
Apparently, there's a Quiet Place video game.
Yes.
And one of the first things, I guess, that happens in the game, you're going and you get an achievement for basically doing nothing, and it's like real silent. You're like, oh God, I hope good thing they can't hear that. And then the achievement box, oh yeah, they heard that. And then a fucking monster comes at you.
That's cool. I think you have to have a microphone to play that game.
Ooh.
Like, I think you literally have to be like have the microphone turned on for that.
They did come out the same year.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, this one I think is going to cause a little controversy. That's why I put it on here, because even I don't buy into it, because according to this website it was Wikipedia. That's what it was.
Okay.
Okay. They say
You mean the one where you could make it say anything.
Yeah.
Supernatural.
So I
Wiki.
can say how Batman and Superman are twin films.
you are so close. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice and Captain America: Civil War. Twin films.
I mean,
Oh, I could see that.
they're
both films show the world's two greatest heroes being manipulated by a villain to fight each other.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And there is a clear winner in those two.
Yeah, BVS. I mean, come on. Let's not even talk about it.
I could see where
Just
you
for
could
the
have
Jeep Renegade
contention
alone.
on it. Okay, no, it's not.
you
a
don't
twin
even
film.
have that car anymore.
Yeah, Dana made me sell it.
I feel by the stipulations you have sent, it's not a twin film. We know these two major movie powerhouses, or sort of major movie powerhouses.
Captain America: Civil War hadn't really got its stride yet.
Yeah, like are battling each other, and of course they're going to put out which would be considered twin films. Wasn't that the whole reason Batman v Superman was delayed for so long? Was because of Infinity War?
Not because of Infinity War. This was way before Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Civil War happened, was the setup for Infinity War.
Yeah,
Civil War
was
happened
like
in
1800s?
1700s?
1865.
Oh, I was close.
I was close.
Closer to what I thought I was going to be. So which? All right.
1514.
All serious. Who was the winner?
Oh, obviously Civil War.
Okay.
That movie was good.
Really,
Do you not like
introduced
anything
Spider-Man
from
into the
BVS?
MCU.
Do you like anything from honestly? Do you like anything from BVS
They had moments.
besides the Martha scene that you love?
There were moments. I actually really liked Doomsday in that.
Okay.
I don't know if I necessarily like the way they went about doing that.
You know what movie doesn't have Doomsday? Civil War.
That's true.
So clearly BVS won. Okay. Olympus Has Fallen. We did that one. This one's more for Tyler because I know he's seen it. You guys may have seen it. Centurion and the Eagle.
Oh, I haven't seen either.
Both are historical action films about the disappearance of the Roman Empire's Ninth Legion.
Dude, I haven't seen any
Really?
of those.
I could have sworn.
Well,
haven't
I
seen any
remember
of
the
those.
Eagle. I
Oh.
remember the Eagle being a thing. I didn't know about the Centurion.
One of them has Channing Tatum in it. I remember that. I'm like,
the Tates.
that's a really weird choice.
That's the Eagle.
But no, I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, I did not know about that one.
Oh.
But yeah, I remember it being the Eagle being a thing.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we did Dreamscape and Nightmare on Elm Street. This one, I don't know. This one I thought was weird, but because I didn't think this one had a twin film, but apparently it does. Does anyone know what the twin film to Back to the Future is?
Peggy Sue Got Married.
Holy shit. Okay. Both feature protagonists who go back in time and meet high school versions of their family members played by the same actors.
Oh, all right.
Clearly, Back to the Future wins.
I would say so because I can't
They having
believe
a name called what was the
Peggy Sue Got Married.
So it's about
Kind of sounds like Peggy Sue, like fucks her dad, or almost from that name.
You know,
so it's about
sometimes.
the
Little
girl
bit
Peggy
of
Sue.
Electra complex.
She's going to her what was it 20
Marty almost fucks his mom.
Is it her 20-year anniversary, 25-year
Yeah.
high school anniversary? And she has got a shitty life. She got knocked up in high school. She hates all the choices she makes. And then going to her 25-year reunion, she slips and falls and goes into a coma, or gets knocked out. And when she gets knocked out, when she wakes up, she's back in high school again.
Oh,
And-
so
and
it's
It's a
17
Wonderful
again?
Life.
yeah, it's her trying to redo the choices that she made. It's got a young Nick Cage in it.
Oh, so it's like 17 again with Zac Efron.
No, that's he doesn't travel through time.
Yeah,
he
but he goes
body
back and he has
swaps.
the chance to change his life.
But he doesn't travel. He body swaps.
Yeah, it's like It's a Wonderful Life.
No, he gets younger again.
Yeah, he changes bodies. He
Yeah.
doesn't travel through time.
Yeah.
Cody's not convinced.
So
Yeah.
the big difference is this one doesn't have Zac Efron in it.
Gotcha.
That's true.
All right.
It's got
That you
It's
got
got-
me there.
It's got Nick Cage. I just fucking said
Yeah.
It's got a sperm Zac Efron in it.
Apparently, him and Pauly Shore hang out a lot.
that. Really?
Yeah, they live next to each other.
Have you seen what he did to his face?
Who?
Did you see what I did to his face? No, Zac Efron.
Carrot Top?
No, Zac Efron. Oh yeah, did
Oh.
you see what Carrot Top did to his face?
Yeah, Zac Efron.
What Carrot Top did to
apparently,
Zac Efron's
removed
face?
his jaw or something.
Yeah, have you seen it?
I thought he just
I
got.
do my best not to look at Zac Efron.
I thought he just got like crazy
You know what the back
messed
of his
up
head
from
looks
when
like.
he did the
No.
Iron Claw movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Is it good?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
So, Back to the Future is the winner of that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
easy.
duh.
I didn't know the other one was a thing.
Okay. Well, here.
The Back to the Future trilogy is way better than the Peggy Sue Got Married trilogy.
So, here's
Peggy
one.
Sue got married. Peggy Sue got divorced. Peggy Sue killed herself.
Oh, that got dark.
last one dark.
It was the 90s.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Everything was extreme.
Speaking of dark, so would we consider like Twilight Zone and Outer Limits to be twins?
Yeah.
I've never seen
Is-
the Outer Limits.
Is Outer Limits more science fiction, whereas Twilight has science fiction, but it's got horror elements, whereas Outer Limits is all science fiction?
I wouldn't say that because I remember some pretty fucking scary ass moments in Outer Limits.
Like, I haven't seen it, because there was Outer Limits, Night Gallery, Twilight Zone.
Night Gallery came out after Twilight Zone.
Well-
Night Gallery was more. It was supposed to be just straight up, like scare the shit out of you.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that's what I think about Tales from the Crypt too.
Which one of those was the show where, like, they did 3 stories, like the Twilight Zone thing, or the Outer Limits thing? They told 3 stories, and it was the premise of one of these was actually true, something that happened.
Beyond fact or fiction. It's got the dude from
Riker.
New Generation. Yeah, Riker. False, not this time. We told you a lie.
Yeah, I think it was Fact or Fiction.
Yeah, fact or
I
fiction.
think it was the name of it.
Me and Dana were watching it the other night. It was on like Tubi or some shit.
We were.
Yeah, me and Dana.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dana.
Is that what he
Just
calls you when we're
assumed
not
he'd be
around?
watching Tubi with you.
No, we were doing something. What?
I was going to slide into
It's-
something slinky and sexy for you, but
It's
now
good.
you're going to talk about your other girlfriend.
You still haven't worn that dress.
I will wear a dress when it's not a dead woman's dress or an extra small.
I forgot what was the bet?
I don't remember. All I know is I lost it.
Yeah, what was that? Fuck, what was that bet?
I don't know.
It was like 8 years ago, and you tried to make me wear a dead woman's dress.
Why did you have to tell him that it was a dead woman's dress?
Because he asked where it came from. If I'm anything, I'm honest. All right, here's another really famous example of twin films. Dante's Peak and a Volcano.
Oh, yes. Both of those were good. I like both of
Was
those.
Dante's Peak the one with Pierce Brosnan?
Yes.
Because the only part that I can remember from that is like they're gonna go like jump in like a hot spring or something, and like the kid's running and like he like catches them at like the last second.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm miming the catching them.
That's
He
why
like
that's how I
one
did it.
hands it, just bam.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a comment I got last night that we need to probably just do video because of all of our gags we do like that.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what was last night?
D&D.
Oh, someone at D&D listened to our podcast?
Yeah, Ashley.
Oh, I didn't know Ashley. Hi, Ashley.
Hello.
Yeah, she listens to us a lot when she draws.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
¿Cómo estás?
Yeah.
I want to
so-
see what crazy ass picture she gets when she listens to us.
Right.
This is shit she throws away.
Have
to
her
first
draw
try.
what she imagines. Well, she knows what you look like. What she imagines Adam looks like. I want to see what fucking goofy looking bastard.
I didn't want to say this, but she already has.
What do I
Kind
look?
of got it right on point.
Is
I
it
got-
like
Does she
super
really?
Yeah,
hipster?
super
Is it like
hipster,
so?
backpack, hat,
Do I have a
so-
mullet?
big rim glasses?
So let me guess: skinny jeans, plain white tee, and a fucking
Here is
Peaky
the,
Blinder hat.
Here's the fucking rubber doll. She drew him with a clutch hat, even though she didn't know about the clutch.
Oh, really?
No, I'm fucking.
Oh, that. Oh, that makes me sad. That's not funny. That's sad. I was so excited for that.
But so as a kid, I think I enjoyed Volcano more. But I think as
Is that the one where the grandmother does the self-sacrifice thing?
That's
pushing the
Dante's
boat?
that's
Peak.
Dante's. Yeah,
Dante's
that's
Peak.
when they're singing "Row Your Boat," and she like because the bottom of the boat. I'm like, just put fucking Flex Seal on it. But
Was Volcano the one with Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the volcano, like the La Brea tar pits erupt
okay,
in,
gotcha.
in
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
that's got a wicked sacrifice too, where that guy, Drew Carey's brother, goes down in the subway and the lava's coming up from underneath the subway. And so instead of like throwing the body to other people and then him monkeying over, he just like jumps into the lava and like holding the guy. And as soon as he gets stable, he throws the guy.
Do they have him
Well, I don't
sink
think that was
or float?
Do what?
He melts.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was like a intended self-sacrifice. I think he was trying to do that epic hero jump over the lava thing, and he fails.
You know what my dad said when we watched it on TV? He goes, throw the fucker in the lava and then you jump on the guy and then you jump over. Something like that. Well, he didn't say fucker, but he said throw the guy in.
Right.
But I think Dante's Peak, man, it's going to be close. Because I was going to say objectively is a better film, but I don't know if it's objectively the better film. I think it's better made. I think the effects hold up better.
Yeah, I think the difference there is, like, the Dante's Peak is, like, a true disaster film. Like, this shit's happening and, like, you're just trying to survive it.
Because they don't stop.
No, it just erupts, you know? And in Volcano, they're actually doing, like, damage management. So you get to see them with, like, the big concrete pillars, and they start dumping water on it and shit like that to try and stop it. So I think you get two completely different movie experiences, but both of them, I think, were absolutely fantastic.
What year did The Core come out?
Oh, yeah, what was its twin film? There's another one.
I don't remember what it is. I thought it came out right around the same time Armageddon did.
No.
The Core was like early 2000s.
Yeah, I remember watching The Core, and I liked it.
The Core is all, just pure shut your brain off. Don't think about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. Hilary Swank.
Whenever I think of shut your brain off movies where it's like ignore the science, I just think of Austin Powers 2, where he's talking about time travel, and he's like, but won't that cause me to go that? And there's a paradox, and he's like, oh no, my eyes have gone cross. And then it just like turns and like breaks the fourth wall, and he's like, let's not think about that, and neither should you. And then it just goes back to the movie.
The Core
You saved the girl, well, I saved the world.
The Core came out 2003. Did 2012 come out in 2003? Because 2012 didn't come out.
I think 2012 came out in 2012.
No, it did not come out in 2012.
Yes, it
I think
did.
it came out in like 2011.
No, it came out in 2012, and
It came out in 2009, motherfuckers.
No, it did
It
not.
did too,
It
right here.
did not. No, see, it says
Yeah,
right
can I
there in
remember-
big bold letters, 2012.
2012.
No, like,
Fucking
like
idiot.
legitimately, like, was that the last big like apocalypse scare that we had?
No.
Like 2012, like that's the one I remember.
The movie? The last apocalypse movie?
No,
Oh, like in real world?
Real world scare. Like the Mayan calendar ends in 2012.
Is that when the Mayan calendar ended? Because I think that was the last one I remember too.
Yeah, like that was the big thing.
I don't know. The mutually assured destruction with all of these people with nukes is kind of...
Yeah,
But that's
you
not
just
that-
ruined it, Adam. You went to the real world.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I seem to remember.
My bad. It may have been.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I remember like for an actual like I remember some Armageddon talks around like when COVID was first coming out because there was like that talk about how it was like, oh, there'll be a war in Israel and then there'll be a plague, and then it's like, okay, Palestine and Israel are still fighting, and there was something big that happened there, and then like
Aren't
the
they
plague
always
happened.
fighting now?
Yeah, that's
Pretty
why
much.
it was like, there's going to be a war in Israel. Yeah, when is there not?
You remember
Right.
Joyce from County Market?
Yes.
This lady.
Did he work? Did she work there when Daniel worked there?
Yeah,
Daniel
Joyce was there. So
Which one was Joyce?
the old religious one that like I used to.
Oh,
tie-
the one
I
that Bud used to work with.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah,
tie
yeah,
like her
yeah.
apron to like the oven door and then run away.
Yes, I remember her.
She would like come up like with the biggest fucking like conspiracy theories about everything.
She hated Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter's the devil.
Yeah.
The U.S. government uses chemtrails to control the weather. Because I'd be like, well, can't they fucking make it sunny or some shit like that? Like she every single time there was
Yeah,
like some
the
little
US
tiny thing she made like end of the world prophecy.
I used to work with a guy who was like all sorts of conspiracy theory and stuff like that. So when COVID came around, we convinced him that they was needed to change the battery in the birds. So that's why they made COVID. And then like we had a smoke detector, and it had this little green light. And one time we came in, it was red. And because they needed to change something in the smoke detector, and we convinced them that they like put a camera and like an audio recorder in that room to watch us and spy on us, and like he believed it until the day I quit.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I had a guy that had was it not Siri, but what's the other one that everyone
Alexa.
And he was talking about how the government listens, and I'm like, I don't know if that's true or not, because he was like seriously stressing out about it. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true
kind
or
of
not.
One of those ones
But-
that with
but-
advertisements now.
I hope not, because they're hearing some really
That's
weird shit coming from my house.
That's what I was trying to tell him. I said, I don't know if that's true or not, but the thing about it is, if it is true, what are they hearing from your house that they're going to gain? Is there any?
All right.
Do you have nation secrets? Are you selling shit to the other governments? No. Are you doing drugs? Selling? No. Then who gives a shit?
There's
I
some
used to make-
guy listening to my house going, God, his wife yells at him a fucking lot.
Yeah, there was one. Oh, what was it? It was when they started tapping like our search histories or whatever, and I remember so many people being like up in arms about that, and I'm like, so what? They're gonna know what kind of pizza I order on Mondays and what kind of porn I like to watch?
Yeah,
like big fucking deal.
Who gives a shit if you're
It's pepperoni and lesbian.
Maybe-
Let's go.
Maybe they'll like it.
which one's which?
Right.
They'll
Joke's on you. I like pepperoni porn, and I always order lesbians with extra cheese. Lesbian on thin crust, please. No. Hand tossed.
So
I'll take
so
basically
basically,
Ellen
it's
DeGeneres special, please.
so basically, it's a pizza with no meat.
Yes. Lame.
God,
It's got anchovies.
guys.
Now, see, if he would have said, if he said he would have liked comatose patients, it would have been pizza, all veg.
What the fuck, man?
Okay.
Oh, let's get back on topic there.
So
Hip hop, rewind it back.
what about? Oh, wow.
You sounded gross.
Yeah, I've redlined that. What about films that aren't twin films? They're two seemingly different films, but have the exact same plot. Example would be, I got this off of Reddit.com. Have you guys heard of it?
No.
It's this new upstart. It's kind of like.
You mean they're coming from behind?
It's kind of like Napster. The Nightmare Before Christmas and Wreck-It Ralph. Both are animated movies about someone who is tired of their station in life and travels to a different world to try to do something different. In both films, a hero's action causes horrible chaos with the hero must then fix. Then they go right back to their old position with a newfound appreciation. Also, both films were made by Disney, which I don't think that has...
Well, the one technically, but it was Touchstone Pictures.
But what do you guys think about that? Same plot?
I can agree with that.
Yeah, from that synopsis. But that's also like saying that Star Trek and Star Wars have the same plot.
Yeah, they're both
Well-
stars.
Well, it's also Harry Potter and Star Wars have the same plot.
Right.
Because it's both orphan boys who live with an aunt and uncle who get picked up by a bearded dude to go see another bearded dude who will show him his destiny. And here is a magic thing you hold in your hand that does thing. And you're part of
I got a magic thing I hold in my hand.
You're part of a weird old mystical order.
So which one's better, Star Wars or Harry Potter? Star Wars.
Depending on which Star Wars saga you're talking about.
Dude, of all the bullshit they've made, even Star Wars, even the new shit's better than... Name one Harry Potter movie that's better than Star Wars.
Oh, the last one.
No. Okay, what about Nightmare Before Christmas or Wreck-It Ralph? Which one's better?
Which one's better?
Yeah.
I think
Wreck-It
Nightmare
Ralph.
Before Christmas is...
Really? Wreck-It Ralph?
People will say Nightmare Before Christmas because it's older and it's like... There's an entire generation of kids like, oh, that's my darkness of my childhood.
I mean,
but I think Wreck-It Ralph is a better
Nightmare on
movie.
Christmas, that's where you get all your clothing line from because you love everything Jack Skellington.
Not anymore, I don't.
Yeah.
My daughter took all my
Not
stuff.
anymore.
All
But
right, here's one. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so I just got a brief synopsis of Skywalker, or Star Wars and Harry Potter.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Little orphan raised by relatives in solitude. Suddenly gets taken under wing of funky wizard dude. It learns he's been destined to have powerful gifts.
One
Between
of them's got the cooler stick.
Yeah, between the two of us, I think Luke got the cooler stick.
Yeah, the epic rap battles.
Yeah.
What about
Epic rap battle!
what about this one? Three Amigos and Galaxy Quest.
Oh, man.
Actors who play heroes on a TV/movie get recruited by an oppressed group who mistake them for actual heroes to come save them from villains.
I gotta say Galaxy Quest.
Okay.
I agree with the Galaxy Quest. Like, that is... What is this phenomenon called?
Just movies that are
Same plot.
seemingly different, but have the exact same
Two
plot.
movies, one plot.
Two movies, one plot.
All right.
I think Three Amigos is funny, but I I could watch Galaxy Quest over and over again.
What do they say? Rock, 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 rock.
The scene where they're giving the food, like they're like we've had these synthesized from your food, and like the guys, it's like squish, like like that gets me every time.
This one's a joke, but I think it's funny. Crank is speed, but Jason Statham is the bus.
Okay.
Okay, no, a serious one.
Yeah, so I actually saw that Crank, like, I like was voted to have the most gratuitous sex scene of any movie ever.
In the plot, he needed to have sex to keep his heart going.
But the problem is, if you come, you slow your heart rate.
Right, that's why she didn't let him
it's
finish.
Totally yeah. Okay, what about this one?
And it did sex so hard it made the horse horny.
Cars and Thor.
No, wouldn't it be Cars and Doc Hollywood?
Cars and Thor. Overconfident hotshot who's seen to be destined as the next big thing gets stranded in a desert town in the middle of nowhere. After stubbornly trying to return home to no avail, eventually he forgets his luxurious life and embraces a more humble lifestyle in the small town, having learned to look and appreciate life in a brand new way. Only after he learns from the small town does this old life come calling back, where he is truly ready to take on the responsibility that he was originally destined for.
I don't know.
Okay,
I mean,
so
yes, but like I said, I remember when Cars came out, they compared it to Doc Hollywood.
Right.
That's like saying Pocahontas and Avatar.
And apparently they're both lightning themed.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Which one's better?
Thor.
Thor?
Easy.
I'm partial to Cars because it got later the Cable Guy in it, but I think it's Thor.
Thor?
Yeah, Thor.
Okay. All right. What about this one? Batman Begins and American Psycho. Both about Christian Bale portraying a rich Gothamite with a dark alter ego that comes out at night.
Okay, that one's like on the very cusp.
That one, that's really reaching for that list.
That's right here. I didn't reach too far.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. All right. Fine. Which one's better, though?
They're in their own different categories.
American Psycho 2, the one with Mila Kunis.
Is there really a second one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see, as this is going to sound like blasphemy, I want to see American Psycho.
Really?
Like, I loved Batman Begins. Nothing sticks in my head as a scene as the dancing to Huey Lewis in the news with the axe, and then like the banging the chick and pointing at himself, and
he kills Jared Leto. So that's
Thank God.
That's a plus.
Yeah, and then like the
not soon enough
exchanging.
because we still had to hear Morbin time.
I thought for the longest time you guys were fucking with me about that, but he actually says that. Are you still fucking with me? Okay.
You have to see the movie.
Let's see.
I don't have to, no.
Drive and Baby Driver. Getaway driver who may or may not be on the
yeah.
spectrum falls in love with a waitress, and after things go south on a job, ends up taking down a criminal empire.
Never seen either one.
I
haven't seen either one either.
Baby Driver wasn't really much of a criminal empire. It was, hey, I got to survive. All these guys just fucking hate me.
I'm going to say Drive is the better movie, and it's got the better soundtrack. No, that's not true. Baby Driver's got the better soundtrack. But Baby Driver's got the better stunts.
The only one I know about Baby Driver is they all wear Mike Myers mask because
From
they were
Austin Powers.
because they were supposed to get Michael Myers mask.
You said Michael. This is Michael Myers. Halloween mask. This is a Halloween mask. No, you idiot.
That's fantastic. I need to see this movie just for that scene. Speaking of copycat movies, ones that we didn't mention that just hit me: Fast and the Furious and Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay. For me, definitely Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, Gone in 60 Seconds, so underrated. So good.
Because it's cheese, but it doesn't... It's cheese in a way that's not like the way older or newer Fast and Furious is. Like, Fast and Furious is just cheese, but it's like people bouncing off of asphalt and then getting up and running.
Like,
I'm gonna kick this freaking torpedo and
shit like
get
that.
it across.
I will say Gone in 60 Seconds, too, from a sort of a different standpoint. It made me, a person who doesn't really care about fucking cars, care about cars.
That's why I'm a Clutch fan.
You're a Clutch fan because of Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yeah, I love Cars.
Gotcha.
No, everything. Plus, it's got that awesome opening song by Moby.
Yeah, Bring Sally Up.
Yeah.
I have PTSD from that song.
Why?
So as a kind of a regular
You
work
don't
thing.
fucking ask somebody that. You
Is
dick.
it a bad PTSD?
No.
You can have good PTSD.
Favorite scene for Gone in 60 Seconds is the start.
It's all right. You weren't telling an emotional.
No, that's
story.
all right. Go ahead, Cody.
Is it emotional?
No.
He's about ready. To
it was a fun quip.
He was about ready to cry, Adam.
Favorite scene from Gone in 60 Seconds for me has to be the mortician who everybody just assumes is mute. Like, they just go along with, like, hey, press 2 numbers if you're in or out and whatnot. And gets to the end of the movie and just fucking starts talking. Everybody's like, what the fuck? You could talk this entire time.
That's the one. 7 seconds. Okay. Yeah.
It's called Flower.
Oh, okay.
I got that album.
Like flower, like the plant, or like flower, like the
I
ingredient.
think I have that album too, actually.
Is that why you have PTSD?
No.
Okay. You go if it's an emotional
No,
thing.
no, it's not. It was a fun quip.
Oh, okay.
So we have a wellness coach at work, and like 3 or 4 times now, our monthly challenge has been doing exercises to that song. So like twice we've done squats, once we did leg lifts, and like when she says "Bring Sally down," you squat, and then when she says "Bring Sally up," you stand.
Oh my god, that would be rough because that shit goes on forever.
It does, and then like there's like 3 or 4 holds where they say "Bring Sally down," and then they go into another fucking version of the song, and it's like "Sally up, please."
This one might be a stretch. Oh, by the way, I think everyone Gone in 60 Seconds for sure because I think everyone fell in love with Eleanor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a human who did not want that Ford Shelby GT
After the movie.
But every jackass in high school that because that movie came out, I was in high school. Every fucking moron started peeling out in those Japanese or Chinese, whatever those cars were, Fast and Furious. The day I walked out of that movie, and there's like every jackass I went to high school with was like peeling out of the movie theater.
That's what happens when I saw the Dukes of Hazzards.
Oh, they were doing
Everyone did. I'm like, you're in a piece of shit Honda that is about ready to break down. But do a peel out in the middle of 33rd.
I will say that as of movies, I guess the reason why Fast and Furious has been around, it has become a cultural touchstone of that lifestyle. I would say, might have been the inspiration for a lot of motorheads out there of dragsters and that sort of variety.
Clutch fans.
Would you shut up?
I wouldn't have such a problem with Fast and Furious if it just didn't.
You should have tried harder.
Just get more and more ridiculous every single time.
Like if it stayed with like that same kind of like car racing but criminal mentality and not like launching cars into space and shit.
And now they're like superheroes and like
a quarter mile at a time.
The government is like calling
movie.
them in for like missions to solve things.
At one point, it crossed over with Triple X somehow.
Well, they
porn
can't.
parody?
They can't because he's. Oh, but Ice Cube could be the Triple X. It could be Ice Cube's Triple X.
He was in a movie with Triple X in that Triple X franchise.
That's what I'm saying. You can't do Vin Diesel.
So remember when we were talking about it was a previously on where it was like
never heard of it.
The movies that like your grandma would buy you because they think
Yeah.
That was one of mine. I got
grandma bought you Triple X?
Mom bought me Triple X State of the Union one year for Christmas, and I was like, thanks. It's like, I don't know what the fuck this movie is.
The year the X.
What did she?
I don't know what she thought it was because I don't even remember asking for the Vin Diesel Triple X.
The year X-Men came out to VHS and DVD, that Christmas, I got it from my girlfriend at the time. I got the DVD from my girlfriend. My mom got me the VHS. My girlfriend's parents, my soon-to-be in-laws, got me a VHS. Their grandparents got me the DVD. I think I got 5 copies of that movie.
God damn.
I know.
And he kept every single one of them.
I think I do have one left.
Probably.
I have one gift that I remember from my childhood. It was a video game called Rising Zan, that my grandma didn't understand the age rating of games at the time. I think I was like maybe 13. And so she got me this game like, oh, it's got a cowboy on the front. And so get home, it is the bloodiest game you could have on the PlayStation 1. You're cutting people up with swords, blood streaming everywhere. People have like dying like, ah! And you just have tits galore everywhere. Well, covered tits.
Speaking of tits, I wanted the Mark, Tom, and Travis Show album, and I never got it.
So, cleavage.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well.
Okay.
Now I'm not going to look this game up.
What about this? What about this?
I will say for the time and how I was raised, it was very
What's the name of this game?
Rising Zan.
Okay. What about this? What about this? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and 7.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. No, I guess...
You've made this joke before.
No, I didn't.
No,
yes, you have. You have made this joke.
No, it was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and...
the dude from Saw?
No, what's the... Chris Evans on a train.
Oh,
Snowpiercer.
Yes, Snowpiercer.
Oh, okay.
A psychopath kills a series of sinners by turning their own sins against them.
That's pretty true.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, kids don't die.
In the
Are we sure?
In the original, they do.
It's in the original one. It's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Well, which one?
Oh, they got this wrong. Yeah.
And then
so if it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory,
the Tim Burton one is where they show that they live.
Yeah. So
which is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Go
ahead.
I would make a hell of a lot fewer mistakes if every time I made a mistake, Oompa Loompas came out and sang a 4-minute song about how I fucked up.
Well, we kind of. You think that's the reason Willy Wonka is crazy? Because every time he makes a little mistake, he just gets fucking sung at for 30 minutes by himself?
Tyler, this one's for you. Out Cold in Casablanca. Exact same movie. Okay. All right. Okay.
Great movie.
Dances with Wolves and Avatar. Avatar and Ferngully. Avatar and Pocahontas.
I remember when Avatar
the
came out.
Dances with Wolves ones. I remember that one when Avatar first came out.
Okay.
Man Goes Native.
The one I saw was a picture of the Pocahontas screenplay, and then they scratched out and wrote Avatar. I watched Avatar once, and I think if I would have saw Avatar on IMAX or the big screen, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. But just watching it on a normal TV, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I will agree with that. I saw it in theaters originally 3D, and then I had the DVD. I think I've watched the DVD twice because there's so much happening. You need a really big screen to see everything.
Yeah, I'll say that I really liked that when Cody and I went to see Avatar 2, we saw it in the theater, and the only seats we could find together were front row. That was an incredible experience, just having the Avatar, all that water and fish in your face. It was such a peaceful experience. I loved it so much.
But story-wise, it was nothing revolutionary, in my opinion. You're going to see the visuals. That's how he's making his money. He's spending money on visuals. You're getting fucking great visuals.
I think the ghost wants me to move on. What about this? Uncharted and the Goonies. I don't know.
I've never seen the Uncharted movie.
Uncharted, that's the one of Tom Holland, right?
Yes. Have you seen it?
Well, I think it's more of Uncharted is more of an Indiana Jones sort of feel.
Does it explain itself?
No, that's why I was hoping you guys had seen it. Okay.
Well, the Goonies is a group of ragtag people. I mean, the Uncharted is Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, what about this? They got a big explanation. Pitch Perfect and the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, you got your ragtag down and out team.
They got Anna Camp and Emilio Estevez are the leaders of a group of misfits pressed into service due to a major mistake in her past. Brittany Stowe and Joshua Jackson are the leaders buddy in the group with good abilities but skills learning more towards coaching than performing. Anna Kendrick and Adam Banks are the ringers that don't really want to be there. Averman and Fat Amy are the comic relief. Guy Germain and Lily both have very few lines but have surprising abilities. The Hawks / Iceland are basically the same as the Troublemakers. D2 and Pitch Perfect also both involve plots where they are the secret love affairs between the hero team and the bad guy team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, I was saying, you could say the Mighty Ducks and Little Giants, but that goes into way more similarity details than a ragtag team of misfits. Because you could say anytime you have a ragtag team, you could say the Mighty Ducks and Dodgeball. You could say Little Giants,
Mighty Ducks Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Mighty Ducks Expendables.
Yeah, Suicide Squad, Pulp Fiction.
But speaking of Mighty Ducks, when Mighty Ducks come out, wasn't there like another like disenfranchised small little league sports team?
Bears?
There was Little Giants, and then what's the soccer team? What's the soccer one?
Big Green.
Big Green.
I think Big Green was the one I was thinking of.
The hilarious. The goalie starts like saying like all the team, like the team is like the knights, then like they come riding towards him on like horses.
Wasn't the kid from Mighty Ducks in Big Green?
No, that was the guy from Sandlot, Ham from Sandlot.
Okay, all right, my bad.
Yep.
Let's do a couple more. I'm sorry.
You should be fucking sorry.
So I've got a question, and I'm curious if anyone else experienced this phenomenon. You have two movies that are not connected in any sort of way that you draw a parallel because either you saw them at the same time or they came out at the same time, where like you see one movie and immediately think the other one. So for me, the one that stands out most to me is Sixth Sense and The Matrix, because the two movies came out at about the same time and they both had that kind of like weird twist ending, but like I remember they came out in theaters at about the same time. Everyone was either talking about one or the other or both every single time. And then when they finally came out on VHS, we rented both of them the same weekend and watched them both at the same time. So those two movies are forever linked in my mind. Whenever I think of Sixth Sense, I will think of Matrix. Whenever I think of Matrix, I will always think of Sixth Sense. Do you guys have that same phenomenon or experience with any movies?
I don't have it with movies. I have it with songs.
Okay.
And not in like a poetic way like that. Just legit, like I listen to a song and I hear the parody version of it instead.
Okay.
Like the parody overrides the actual song.
I had that with Gump and Lump.
Yeah. So
no, I'm being serious. I whenever I play the Lump song, I'll instantly start singing Gump.
Yeah. So like, there's a channel that I watch called very political. They got a series called Key of Awesome. And so anytime I hear one of the songs that they parody, I kind of just immediately go to the barely political one. Like, it happens a lot anytime I hear some Kesha songs.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of one. I know that I do, but honestly, you talk about like renting a movie, and now my brain is just stuck in like Friday nights at Blockbuster, like arguing over what movie to see. And I distinctly remember wanting to watch Don't Be a Menace in South Central because I didn't know what it was. I just remember the box art, and my mom's like, "We're not fucking getting that movie. Put it back."
I not exactly the same, but have you guys seen Equilibrium with Christian Bale?
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember movies. So to me, a good movie is if you go see it, and then like 2 weeks later, you're still contemplating the movie, still thinking about the movie. Like there's movies I've been wanting to see that like instantly I'm like, oh, that was good, and then like 2 weeks later I haven't even, or even a day later I haven't even thought about it. And there's movies that I was dragged to that I'm like, I don't fucking want to see this, and then like to this day I'm like, man, I'm still fucking thinking about that movie. Or I'll go into the movie theaters or anything. I'll relate that. But anyway, with Equilibrium, I just randomly bought it, and then I watched it down in college, down at the dining room area. They had like a big ass screen TV, but for whatever reason, when I watched it years later, I swore I had seen it in a movie theater. Like I was arguing with my then wife that we had saw this in a theater, and I hadn't seen it in a theater. And like to this day, I still am convinced, even though I know for a fact I have not seen that movie in a theater, I'm still like trying to convince myself that I had seen that in a movie theater.
That's fair. I remember having a similar experience when Adam Sandler's Big Daddy came out. When they started showing like ads for that movie, I'm like, I've fucking seen this movie. And like there were parts of it that I'm like, I remember this happening, and it happened in the movie, and I like remember seeing that like I was much younger. So there must have been some sort of comedy trope that they got copied from a movie that's very similar, but I could not tell you what that movie was because I was convinced that movie came out when I was a kid, and then they like it was being re-released or something. But to go back to your like the movies that you think about that you kind of toss away. There was one time that my ex-wife and we were going to go see a movie, but we weren't sure what we wanted to go see. And we're sitting and talking, and her brother is like, "Hey, this new movie came out, it's sci-fi. I think you guys really like it." And we're like, "Okay, cool. What's it about?" And they're like, "Well, Bruce Willis is in it, and he goes back in time and like kind of talks to himself and tries like this big time travel thing, this time travel bit." And I'm like, "Okay, I like time travel stuff." And he's like, "Yeah," and it's like there's like this like some sort of future crime thing. I don't know, but that's the movie you want to go see. And I'm like, all right, that sounds good. What's the movie called? He's like, oh, it's called Premium Rush.
Oh, I remember you saying
and my ex-wife and I were like, all right, cool, let's go watch Premium Rush then. So we go theater, Premium Rush, sit down, and it starts off with a bike messenger doing the delivery, and there are some very deliberate shots where they like cut away and they don't show like what's happening and cut to the thing, and I'm like, oh, this is the part where Bruce Willis will come in and like there will be time travel and he must be the Gordon Levitt's bike messenger, and that doesn't happen. And then I'm like, okay, and then they're like, okay, so dirty cop, and okay, here's the crime syndicate from the future, and we're gonna see that no, and it's like finally we get to the point where it's like 3/4 through the movie, we're nearing the climax, there's no Bruce Willis, there's no fucking time travel. But like Melissa and I were watching it and we're like, well, it's a fucking decent movie. This is not the movie your brother said it was, but it's a decent fucking movie.
Was it Looper or 12 Monkeys?
It was supposed to be Looper.
Looper
is what we wanted to go see, but he told us it was Premium Rush.
Was he just fucking with you?
No, I think he legitimately got the names mixed up. I don't think he was fucking with us, but like Melissa and I would never have normally gone and seen a movie about a bike messenger. And we went and saw that one because we were expecting time travel and shenanigans, and it ended up being pretty solid.
The movie that sticks with me is Sling Blade.
Mm-hmm. Ain't got no gas in it.
And people like to comment those lines a lot because they're very iconic.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember it
French fried potatoes.
I remember it for scenes that are very similar to instances I had in my childhood of where it just sort of resonates me. I get back to a scene where the guys with his band, and it's like, okay, we want to wind down for the night because kids got to sleep for the morning, but it won't start, and then it just goes into arguing and all this stuff, and then it produced such a feeling into me that I remember having the exact same feelings in my own personal life, so it resonated with me a lot. Like, there was a natural feeling of the movie produced for me that felt authentically real.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many scenes like that in the movie that are just like, it feels like a real thing that could happen.
I can understand that. I had a similar experience with the first Paranormal Activity. So first Paranormal Activity, my ex-wife and I think we were just starting to date. We went and saw that together, and like the first Paranormal Activity is guy, girl living together, creepy shit happens in the house.
Demon, guy, girl, demon.
Right.
Same old story.
Right. And like that movie was so incredibly terrifying for her and I because we could instantly put ourselves in that situation. Because I want to say maybe we weren't just dating, like maybe I just moved in with her, so it was like creepy house, and then like it was just her and I, and like just so relatable to like the experiences. And then like that was one of the few times where she ever like woke me up to be like, hey, go check to make sure everything's safe.
And you're like, fuck that, you go do it.
I did say that, and she's like, Daniel. And I'm like, fine. So I'm wandering the house with a fake wooden sword in my underwear.
Wait for a guy.
How'd you fit the sword in your underwear?
Waiting for another guy with
That's
a
what
fake wooden
that's
sword in
what the
his
pocket
underwear.
out the front is for.
Oh, I was wondering what that was for.
Yep.
I ain't got nothing to stick out there.
It's just hip fighting.
Yeah, he's got to work around like a blind man because there's no lights on.
I do remember going all the way to the attic in that house. I remember, like, we have a fucking attic? She's like, yeah, we have an attic. I'm like, why do we have an attic? And why am I going up there now?
Might be something cool up there.
It wasn't.
Oh, God. This is where the story turns.
Yeah, like, I got up there and, like, I fucked with her. Like, I got up there and I, like, ah! And then, like, went silent. She's like, Daniel?
This is a
She did not come and get me.
Okay.
She left me there to die.
Well, and I think
As you do.
valid. No sense in both you dying.
That's a good point.
Just feed on him for a while.
That's one of the favorite scenes I have from this. It was that Marlon Wayne's movie, like This Haunted House. That's a parody of like Paranormal Activity.
Oh, I saw that. That was pretty
yeah.
solid.
Yeah, it's like the first time something scary happened, he's immediately out of the fucking house and like, we're fucking moving. And I'm like, yeah, why isn't that? And then he actually explains, like, I can't do that. We just bought it. We can't afford to just move yet. And I'm like, okay, you actually give a valid fucking reason instead of just brushing over it.
See, that's one of the things where I really liked. I liked about the Insidious movies because they do that. They buy the old creepy house and then the shit starts happening, and then like as the creepy shit's happening, they're like, no, fuck this, sell this house, we're moving, and they do. And like I really appreciate that, like that kind of realistic response to it.
Yeah, but in today's market, you're like, am I gonna find something?
No,
at this
you
price?
say,
Oh,
like,
it's definitely like it shows like the age of it, right? To be able to be like, okay, selling the house, and we'll just find a new one to move into. Like, it's so fucking easy.
Yeah, I love that. Whereas now it'd be like, maybe we can just share. Like,
Right.
I'll talk to the evil entity, you know, if it can have the basement and anything else it finds down there, you know.
Do you know the name of the entity from the first one?
Lipstick demon or something like that, wasn't it?
Demon, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I will say that the Insidious movies have the best designed villains or demons. They have so fucking good designs.
I didn't like his. He always looked like Darth Maul, but I feel like have you seen the newest one, the fifth one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just watched it.
I feel like they remodeled him for some reason. I don't really like. I like the way he looked in the first one.
Yeah, I think they just added some more budget to it. Yeah. But like he was cool. The old lady ghost in the second one was good. The guy with the mask in the third one,
the one that can't breathe.
Yeah,
he's got the oxygen tank. And then
that one was real fucking disturbing.
The key maker or key whatever his name was.
Yeah, I saw part of a scene where it stuck a key in somebody's throat.
Yep.
Fucking turned their voice off, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, that was a good design one.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid scene. 3 is definitely the best of the bunch, but I liked them all. They were all really good.
I don't know. Just the idea of having key fingers fucks with me.
Quit doing this.
I can't.
Well, any other more on Copycat or films with the exact same plot or whatever Cody's phenomenon? Oh, the actors who kind of play the same character.
Like in Man in the Iron Mask, one of the guys that plays one of the Three Musketeers later on, like 30 years later, plays a villain in a Three Musketeers movie.
Who is it?
It's the one Malkovich.
Tybalt. No, that was
John?
Romeo and Juliet.
John Malkovich. John Malkovich plays one of the
What were
Musketeers
the
in that
Three
one.
Musketeers then, motherfucker?
Tybalt,
Aramis,
Malkovich.
Porthos, and
Porthole. Black Hole.
Amos.
It's the
Amos
one whose
Andrew.
son dies.
D'Artagnan.
And-
D'Artagnan.
Oh, D'Artagnan, that's it.
Yeah, so the
I was
one
not
whose son
close on that
dies.
name. I was like Dimitrodon.
At least you got a D.
Right, I knew it began with D. That's
Yeah.
about all I could got.
Yeah, so it's the one whose son dies, who then plays a cardinal in the steampunk.
Oh, the Mila Jovovich one?
Yes.
I got you.
Oh yeah, I remember watching that one. That one was weird.
Cardinal Rishu.
Or like how was it Gerard Butler or or
Rubber.
no, Russell Crowe, who played like Zeus like 3 times.
Russell Crowe.
Oh, I don't.
Because he was Zeus in Thor. He was Zeus in the Immortals.
No, he wasn't in the Immortals.
Or he was Poseidon, one of the like he played another Greek god.
It was so the guy who played Zeus in the Immortals, or the guy who played. So the guy that was in Clash of the Titans, I think he played Poseidon. He was Zeus in the Immortals.
It's just that phenomenon where like, okay, he was good enough for the role in one movie, but you couldn't keep.
I think it's Luke Evans.
Oh.
Look up the Immortals. He played. I think it's Luke Evans.
No, I'm not gonna look up.
Or what about that one? It was guy who plays Hannibal Lecter.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins, where he was in like 2. He was in like 2 exorcism movies in like the same year or something like that.
No, Russell Crowe's been into it. He was in The Pope's Exorcist and he was in The Exorcism.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Oh, okay.
So characters who literally did the same movie like back to back.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say the Pope's Exorcist was pretty solid. I like that movie.
I wanted to see Pray for the Devil. Was that any good?
No.
No.
I mean, I watched it and it was fine, but it wasn't anything special.
I got you.
I'll tell you, watching my Halloween movie marathon, I ran into a couple of them that were real solid.
What'd you watch?
I watched Trick or Treat.
No, that's a good one.
Which I had never seen before, and that was really, really good.
You have not seen that?
No, not this was my first year.
Okay.
That was my theme, was to watch like horror movie
Yeah,
classics that I had never seen.
Like Trick or Treat, that's the one where it's like the Outer Limits thing where they do like 3 individual stories, right?
Basically, yeah.
But they all
It's an
tie. They all
anthology.
tie in. They find out.
Isn't
they
that
have
like
to-
the VHS series?
Well, the VHS series doesn't really tie in other than their tapes that are found. Like
Oh,
Trick or Treat.
I thought they all.
Trick or Treat, you follow a story, and then you follow another story. Then you find out this story was actually happening an hour before this story, and then that story was happening at the same time that this story was happening. My theme was I watched the second of all the Halloweens. I watched the original Halloween 2. I watched Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I watched Halloween Kills. And then I watched a random one because I didn't have a lot of time. But what was the other ones you watched?
The other one I watched was Fright Night,
The original or the one with Colin Farrell?
the one in the 80s. I don't know if that's the original. Okay. Yeah, so that one was pretty solid too. I really liked that one.
Then, that kid that got turned into a vampire? I think he did gay porn for a little bit.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that.
Not against him, I was saying.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
And then I hadn't seen any of the Children of the Corns, so I watched 2 Children of the Corn movies.
Which one?
I watched Genesis and Runaway.
Oh, fuck.
Genesis was fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Absolute trash. Runaway I didn't mind. Runaway was okay.
Okay.
And then I don't remember what my 5th movie was.
Speaking of Kurt Warner, the guy who did... Well, speaking of Equilibrium, he directed... Kurt Warner directed Equilibrium. He directed Children of Corn that came out last year or this year, and it wasn't very good either.
Yeah, there was another one that I watched as 5, because I usually get through 5 of them. I don't remember what it was, but I remember liking it, and I have to go back and look.
Liking it or not liking it?
I remember liking it. I remember the 2 that I didn't care. The one that I really didn't care for was Children of the Corn Genesis, and then Children of the Corn and Runaway was okay. It wasn't great.
Let me ask you this: watching a movie you don't like,
Mm-hmm.
What's the point where you're like, because there's a point where I'm like, this fucking sucks, but I've watched it enough, I need to see the end of it. But there's also a point where I go, like if I get distracted or if I have to go to the bathroom or something and I shut it off, okay, I'm done. But if there is no distraction, I get so far into it, I'm like, I don't want to watch this anymore. But it's like I have to finish this movie. Like, what's your, like, how far in?
If I start a movie, I finish it. Period. I don't stop them in the middle.
I got you some movies. Don't put that to.
Yeah. The few exceptions to that rule, it has to be during the opening credits.
I got you.
So if I'm going to turn a movie off and not watch it, it's going to be during the opening credits for whatever reason. Because there was one that I put on that I was planning on watching because it looked good. It was Call of Cthulhu, and it was...
Oh, it was all silent.
Yes.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
didn't like that?
I turned it off because I didn't want to watch a silent movie.
Oh, okay.
And that one, like, I got through the opening credits, and then like the narration panel popped up. I'm like, no, I'm not doing a silent movie. And I turned it off.
Well, that's because you do a lot of watching movies and doing something else.
Yes, I very rarely sit and just watch a movie. So to me, the audio is very important because I will kind of half watch, mostly listen, and then if something like super dramatic or important happens, I'll back it up if I need to feel like I really should have paid close attention to what was going on there. But yeah, like horror movies is one of the few exceptions to that. Horror movies, I will stay in focus because there's usually so much nuance in the corners that you really have to pay attention to those things.
Movies that I refuse to give any of my time to are ones that are made stupid on purpose. Like there are movies that I have in my collection that are shitty, but you listen to. There's a movie I have in my collection called The Dead Hate the Living. It's a horrible fucking movie, but if you, it's just horrible. But if you listen to the commentary, and it's like the director, the writer, they had so much fucking passion for this movie, like genuine, like they put all, and even they kind of know it's crap, but they put so much effort into it that I'm like, I enjoy that movie because it's done with heart. Like these, like the new, there's a trend, I don't even know if it's around anymore, but I didn't enjoy it, where it was a trend to purposely make shitty movies. I think it started
like they was intentionally trying to make a movie that's so bad it's good that it becomes a cult classic.
Like movies like Velocipaster, where there's a scene where it cuts to a car and the car explodes, and instead of the car explode, the guy goes, "Oh, the car explodes," but it says "effect not rendered yet," and it's just the car.
Okay, so they was trying to be meta.
It was like to me, if you want to make a movie and you reach like. And you shoot for the stars and you reach and you make a movie that you know you can't reach, but you genuinely try, but it just sucks. I will probably end up watching it over a movie where these people are just like, let's just make a really shitty movie because it's cool to be jaded and shitty. I'm like, I'm not fucking watching this.
I can understand that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just a little disappointed that Velocipaster is like that because I was actually planning on watching Velocipaster at some point.
You watch it, you may love it. I'm just saying, like, there's a scene where, like, going into it, I knew it wasn't gonna be a good movie, but they like cut, and there's like no effort put into it. It's like, oh, my car's exploding, and then you see a car, and nothing happens to it, and it just title comes up, effect not rendered, and it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, that reminds me, there was a video game that's getting passed around YouTube, and they have a scene like that, which I really did enjoy the scene. Like, it's this guy's going through like this haunted house, and like weird shit's happening. And he's like, well, I've got to go to the attic now. And like when he walks up to the attic, the game cuts away and it shows a trailer for the movie the video game was based off of.
Oh, yeah.
And then like when the trailer ends, he's coming back down from the attic. He's like, that was the craziest shit I've ever seen. I cannot believe it was up there.
But that is genuinely kind of creative, though.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not a cop-out to where it's like, oh, effect not.
All right, I have one quick question for you guys. Has there ever been a movie you watched that has awakened a fear in you that you have till this day?
A fear?
Yeah, like a fear you didn't know you had until you watched the movie.
Yes.
Like my example being the movie called Descent. It's all about people going into an unexplored cave, people exploring it, name it.
For someone who doesn't watch a lot of horror movies, why would you watch?
I have family who watch horror.
Oh, okay.
So I get roped into a lot of shit.
Oh, okay.
So before then, cave exploring sound pretty amazing. I watched that.
Why would you think that?
Because I had no context of like how fucking bad it could be.
Have you ever heard of the Nutty Putty Cave?
No.
Have you heard of spelunking?
No.
It's a guy that was going through a cave and like he wound up like upside down and like trapped for like 28 hours. And they couldn't get him out, and so like they literally just
left him in there and died.
Yeah, they blew up the entrance to the cave, and like they've sealed it completely.
And he's just because they couldn't recover his body.
Yeah, so
yeah.
So the whole point: people go in the mine, go into the cave. It's real. bunch of bad shit happen in the cave. Monsters, one thing, but just the other stuff that happens in the cave from being in a cave fucking happens. And that's like never going in a fucking cave without somebody fucking taking me in there.
No, this is.
If I find a cave, before that movie, if I found a cave, I would have legitimately gone into the cave.
This isn't.
Before and after this, I see a hole in the ground. Like that's a hole in the ground. I'm not going into.
I've been in my first cave ever in my life this last summer, and it was an incredible experience.
What
cave?
It was the Jesse James Cave near Merrimack.
Oh yeah. Because we got a cave here locally that I still haven't explored.
Me neither.
Oh, that's nothing.
It's nothing?
Yeah, I mean, it's
well,
like a 45-minute walk.
It's been opened up for tourists for so long that it's... Not saying there's no danger, but it's...
The places that they take you.
They don't take you anywhere.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If I was ever in a situation where I was alone there, I think I'd legit lose my mind.
Yeah, because there's no light source.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. I wouldn't...
Yeah, but
also I wouldn't do that before I watched The Descent. I'm definitely not doing it after.
It opened my mind to got rid of the naivete of being like, yeah, I could go explore a cave. Like I've read books and stuff.
I've read books and stuff.
Books?
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings definitely prepared me for this.
Yeah, but just that sort of arrogance that you have about stuff like, oh, it couldn't be that hard sort of thing.
Oh, I got you.
Like, just that naivete.
You ever heard of the game Shadows of the Colossus?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever played it?
I've seen a lot of people play it.
There's a monster that you fight in a lake, and the only way to get this thing to come to you is to jump into the water, and the water is like black, you can't see anything, and this like 50-foot creature starts rising up out of the water. Now it doesn't eat you or do anything, but now, I mean, no, I can go like swimming and not think like some giant's gonna come out of there. But like before I played that, like I remember I've gone to the beach and like I've swam like not far out into the ocean, but I've swam out farther, and I've been like, oh well, it's whatever, But now I'd be like, fuck no, I don't know what's down there,
right? Like just,
even playing video games, I'm like, I ain't going out there. Something's gonna fucking pop up.
I know this check marker. That's a black flag, man.
Yep. I'm like, nope. Something. I was like, I don't know what's. Nope.
Unless the game makes me, I ain't fucking doing it.
For me, it was one of the Dawn of the Deads. There's a scene in, I think, the newer Dawn of the Dead where one of the ladies in the mall is pregnant, and the baby's stillborns. And like the baby zombifies and like reaches through and like claws through her stomach, but there's a scene where you can see like the baby like push against her stomach, and then like the face pushes against the stomach, and you see that outline. Ever since then, anytime I see a pregnant woman, I'm like,
shoot her, kill her.
No, she's like, don't you want to do you want to see you want to feel the baby kick? Fuck no, I don't. Nope. Not in the slightest. You keep that to yourself.
Fucking grabs your hand, just like rips you through there.
Yeah. Nope. Creepy as fuck to see like that. And I'm sure it'll be different when it's mine, but like
I'll kill it fast.
You need that maternal instinct to kick in before you can overcome that.
Right? Like I hope if that ever happens, that it's like my response will not be bleh, but
you mean get someone pregnant, not your lady gets pregnant and then a zombie apocalypse happens.
Right, yeah. Ideally that wouldn't happen to me. Like if my lady gets pregnant, and then like I would want to have like be like, oh hey, it kicked me, and not it kicked me,
All right, anything else before we wrap up?
Man, we went true old school DCP off the rails.
Yeah, we did.
Nah, we're adjacent.
No,
not really. Not really.
No.
So for those of you who may be wondering, this is Halloween weekend, so all the horror talk and Halloween stuff. So horror. All right, but you have been listening to The Orig, a Damage Control podcasting production. Make sure you check out new episodes most Mondays on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. Make sure you check out our social medias on Facebook, Instagram, and the X. And then please like, comment, and subscribe.
And please go buy some cigarettes. Do you use our code
No.
damage? Oh.
No, do not
Yeah,
do
we're
that.
not joking.
No,
about
don't
that.
do that.
Cody, do you remember when you were gay?
What?
Yeah, Adam, push the button.